Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm here. Ames is here. Hello, Ames.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm well, Mike. How are you?
What did you do? You look different. I like it. I feel like I comment on your looks a lot. We're not supposed to do that anymore these days. But
I got my hair done today, Mike. So it looks lighter, and it's done for once, which is unusual.
Looks good. I noticed. Do you want people to notice and point it out? Is that a good thing, or is it like?
I think yeah. I think especially when it's like kind of drastic. Like I hadn't had my hair done in probably the longest I've ever gone since I've started dyeing my hair. Pretty much because I was a broke ass hoe, but also because not really because I was a broke ass hoe. I'm just kind of kidding about that. But my appointments, I was just out of town and they just didn't work. I had to keep rescheduling.
Yeah.
So I was at a point where I couldn't even do my hair anymore, Mike. I was either wearing hats or my hair was in a pony or pigtails or something. So
yeah.
Now I can go back to.
Okay, I know what this means.
And
I know what this means. I know what's going on here. I like your hair, Amy. Yours too, Mike. Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging me, Vic. We are moving in the right direction. I love it. My hair looks like shit, but I appreciate what you did there, Vic. I appreciate it. But yours looks really good, Ames. I figured out what's going on though.
What?
Someone got paid.
Well, yeah, Mike. I'm not a broke ass hoe anymore.
How long are you not a broke ass hoe?
Like 5 minutes.
Isn't that the worst? When I think back,
it is.
When I think back to some of the obnoxiously large checks I got for a few years, it is the fact that it's like, oh yeah, I don't know what I spent that on, maybe like beer or something. Like, if I could shoot my own face, I want to. If I could afford to buy myself a gun right now, I would shoot my own face. But
I so envy people that are good with
money. God.
I'm not, and I truly don't think I
know.
Be. It's just not in the cards for me. it's I do, my problem is, I allocate too much. You get to a point where it's like, well, shit, I need some of that. And then there's a penalty to get it out. And you're like, well, God, I only need it for like 2 months. And, I hate to pay a penalty to get it out of savings. So it's just like annoying because I just suck at in general budgeting. You know what I mean?
It's doubly frustrating for me because like a lot of people can go, well, I had 3 kids and a wife that's fucking spend crazy.
Right.
I don't have any of those excuses. None. And I don't like, not that I'd be in some position of,
also,
but it's crazy.
It's us. It's how we pay for convenience, Mike.
Yeah, true.
You and I do.
I feel like being good with your money, those people have all the conveniences too, though. Maybe they don't.
Okay, let me put it this way. You're never going to like coupon.
No.
You're never. And I'm not saying that couponing is going to lead you on the path to riches. I'm just saying like people who are frugal and who are like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And whereas me, it's like, what I need it now. What's the quickest, fastest, easiest way for me to get it? I don't care what I have to pay.
I'm more likely to go, oh, it's on sale. Well, I don't want that one. Must be something wrong with it. Oof, why is it on sale? Gross.
The fact that you think something's wrong with it.
Well, obviously it's a piece of shit. No one wants it. That's why they're trying to give this thing away. Keep that away from me.
You're like, I'll take the one that's not on sale.
Can I get the full price one like a fucking respectable human being, please? Can you upcharge me a little bit? What's going on here?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
But it's led to this. And I don't know if that's a Virgo thing, because we often talk about, because I have 2 people in my life. The other one, it's funny how many times this has come around. Her name's Lisa, and she's a listener. I've never hung out with her. I've met her once, but her birthday's like a week before ours. And there are so many times where she's reached out to me like, Yeah, I'm the same exact way. I think it's a Virgo thing. Like, she'll hear a conversation we have and then message me and be like, yeah, it's a Virgo thing. I do the same. Like,
Yeah.
how our heads work, what we're worried about, and it's
Totally.
like, wow, maybe because honest to God, until you and people like Lisa, I literally was in my own head, just like, I'm the weirdest weirdo on earth. It's
You're like,
I suck at everything. It's just me. I'll never get out of my own way, and I'm the only one. And then it's like you find out it's like all these September born people. And it's like, there is a common thread here. Amy's the same. But then I know, we've got Ben, who's goddamn CEO of a major health company. He's doing fine. And he was, he shares a birthday with us. So it's not all of us, but
yeah. I don't know. Probably has to do something with like our sun and moon and where it was aligned, like he probably is like the good sun and moon of Virgo. And we're like the
shit version,
Virgos,
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it getting any better.
We're like the B team Virgos.
Or C team. I don't see it getting any better. That's the most disheartening part.
No, definitely.
Like I don't have anyone pulling for me, rooting for me, helping out, like none of that. So it's just like I'm on my own, floating out here on an island of shit. And it's like, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Oh, Mike, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was I know that we've got making fun of liberals on the agenda today, Mike. But I have to start out with telling you, because no matter how fucked up we are not as fucked up as this current trial that I'm watching out of Florida. And this is like the 4th trial regarding this. So you've probably heard about it. It happened back in 2014, and it was the murder of an FSU law professor. His name is Dan Markel, and he was shot in his garage.
Okay.
And it ended up being a hitman, and they traced it back to his ex-wife's family hiring this hitman to essentially, because he was an asshole in the divorce, and the family wanted their wife down in southern Florida. So they just decided, let's just kill the guy. So progressively throughout, so this murder happened in 2014. In 2016, they arrested the hitman. But then it wasn't until 2022, I think, they arrested the brother of the wife. And then right after he was convicted,
brother of the wife. So okay, the wife put the hit on the guy.
Well, the wife claims she didn't know it was going to happen.
Okay.
And that her mom and brother orchestrated it and decided to just do it on her behalf. And apparently she didn't know about it. Yeah. So then they arrested the brother finally. And like there were FBI wiretaps, like they were wiretapping the family's phone and shit, like a decade after all this happened. And then right after the brother is convicted in 2023, the mom, she's like a grandma, Mike. She's like in her 70s. Yeah. She's got fucking gray hair. She and her husband book a one-way trip to some country that doesn't have extradition with the United States. And she's arrested at the Miami airport. The mom, the grandma of it all. She's like the matriarch to supposedly have, like, she orchestrated this entire thing. So her trial's going on right now. And Wendy, the daughter, the wife of the guy who died, she testified today, like, against her mom in a murder.
Wow.
Her murder trial.
Could you testify against Vic?
I'm just like, could you fucking... I just couldn't even imagine. I just kept thinking, like, she just must be thinking, how did we get here? How the fuck did I had such a good life and like a normal life growing up. How did I'm now here at my mom's murder trial.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Although if you're the brother, I mean, I got to think, would you roll on family? That's you know what I mean? Like
I'm
like if you and Victoria took out Cullen, right? And
yeah, right. That would be the equivalent.
You told Kelly about it,
Yep.
but it was like, just stay out of it. Me and Ma got this. And then they were like, we know you did it and your Ma. Would you roll on Kelly too and be like, well, she knew too?
Yeah, I mean, if they were offering, and supposedly they were offering. Well, and what's also crazy is so the brother, he enlisted his ex-girlfriend to find a hitman, and she enlisted her baby daddy. So like that was her baby daddy was the hitman.
Ugh.
And so when they arrested the girlfriend, who was the middleman, they said to her, "We will offer you immunity. Like you can go home if you roll on Charlie, the brother." And she said, "No, I'm going to go to trial." And now, Mike, she was convicted and she's in jail for life. They offered her to go home if she rolled on Charlie, and she said no.
Dummy.
What a fucking idiot. And then she got called to testify at Charlie's trial anyway, and she rolled on him then. So it's like she ended up rolling on him anyway.
What was her initial role?
I know.
Did she?
She was Charlie's ex-girlfriend, and she hired her baby daddy to be the hitman.
So she had quite a prominent role. And they were going to let her go home?
She did. And she was like, they were going to let her go home because now she has kids with the hitman. And so now the kids don't have either parent.
Separated the kids from their parents. Heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like after the murders, Charlie's a dentist. He owns like a dental practice, and he like put this ex-girlfriend on the books, and she just got like checks every month, but she never worked there. And he like bought her new boobs and got her a car and stuff. And then he paid, I think the two hitmen got like 30 grand each. But what Charlie did with his money is he stapled it in like denominations of 1,000. He stapled his money. And so that's how the hitmen got the money. They were in like stacks of stapled thousands.
Why?
And then get this. The mom, Donna, the grandma, the matriarch, she thought that laundering money meant actually like washing it in the washing machine. So when they paid the hitman, the money was also damp. It was stapled and damp from being washed.
Where is this taking place?
So the trial's in Tallahassee, where Florida State is, and but they're from Miami.
Okay, so Florida. Interesting.
Yeah.
The other one we're going to have to keep an eye on. Do you remember that guy that shot the judge? He was like a cop, like a sheriff. We did the story.
Yes, I've been paying attention to that.
Holy
in Kentucky.
shit.
Crazy story. That judge was like running a sex ring or something.
See, I thought this was going the way when they were like, because I think the cop that shot and killed the judge, which is wild video. I think we played it one day, just once. And it was just like, crazy. What is going on here? These guys were buddies, and he goes into the judge's chambers and just like murders a guy. The judge is like, don't shoot and shit. And it's, but now, and I was convinced personally that judge did something with that dude's daughter. Like, that's the only thing
that was
like, I think there was like a teenage daughter or something that he had, like a 17-year-old.
Yeah, because he, my understanding is like I think this is the speculation. You can see it on the video, and like he motions to and asks for the judge's phone at one point, and the judge hands the phone over, and he calls his daughter, and the daughter answers. But I think when he called his daughter from his phone, she didn't answer. And so I think maybe he was like, "Why do you have my daughter's number in your phone?" I think that's also the speculation.
See, we both jumped to that conclusion. We might have talked about it. I just don't remember. But yeah, it turns out it's even crazier than that story would be,
and I knew that there was more to it than that. Like this sheriff he was being deposed because there was this big lawsuit and stuff. And, but this judge, I think, which is the reason there was a camera in his chambers and caught all of this on the recording, is because of the sexual assault allegations that were coming out of people were bringing us into his office and they were,
I mean, you got to wonder how many areas around the country, some podunk jurisdiction somewhere is going on where these guys are taking people at their most desperate. Like, I'm in prison, and these guys have the authority to just be like, well, you know what, a blowjob will go a long way in your case. And they're like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it sounded like sex parties and who knows. Now, the girl that I saw interviewed about this is, you know, it's hard to take the word of just some criminal. It's like, well, maybe they're saying whatever they have to, but that's, I don't know what you've seen on it or where it stands right now, but it's like some girl on the news, like, oh yeah, they were, you know, I don't know if it was reduced time for people you knew that were in prison, so you were bringing sacrificial pieces of ass to the judge.
No, it was people who were, like, up on charges or whatever, and I think the sheriff deputy or someone that was under the sheriff was the one that was responsible for that, but he was taking him to this judge's chambers, and I think it sounds like maybe this judge was involved too, and the sheriff was being deposed. Who knows what he found out in that deposition? I don't know if maybe he found something out, but I watched the entire arrest footage of the sheriff after that happened.
The sheriff's the one that pulled the trigger. That's who you're talking about. Okay.
Yep. Yep. His name's Mickey, I think. He is so paranoid during that whole arrest video. It's like he thinks that all of the cops are going to kill him. Like if they take him out of like public view, he's like, just please don't hurt me, man. Just please don't hurt me. And they're like, Mickey, we've known you forever. You know, we're not going to hurt you. Like what? Like he knows these people. I mean, he was their boss. Like he's the sheriff, you know? And, like when they would like take him through doors and you can see it on the body cam and he's like so afraid that like someone's going to be standing behind the door. It's bizarre. But like they had gone out to lunch that day,
judge,
the sheriff and the judge and another group of people. And it's like, what the fuck happened? It's so crazy.
Well, over the years, these stories pop up from time to time. They're almost like toys. They're, you know, where it's like a story like that pops up at this school somewhere. And it's shocking how often they happen. But we've seen that before with the guy that, had like little like boys, like troubled teen boys mowing his lawn and in like short shorts, shirtless, you know, to get reduced sentences. He was some creepy homo judge or whatever, and had all these like, you know, they had this whole thing of keeping these, you know, I don't know, teenage, but not quite at the jail level, adult jail.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, how do you get there? How do these people get there? Like one of them.
I mean, one of the kids I went to college with, Daniel Holtzclaw, I think we've probably talked about him before, but yeah, I mean, he was in Oklahoma and he had a very public trial. Like he was arrested for sexually assaulting these, you know, down and out women who were arrested and, you know, these like crackheads, and he would assault them and in turn for not, you know, pressing charges. And it was their thought that, you know, he pulled them over because he knew that he could bust them and do all of this. And he got sentenced to like 500 years in jail. Or
really?
Like something
So
insane.
He was a cop, the guy you knew?
But he got he was a cop, but he got the really bad. I mean, this was in the middle of the anti-cop, all cops are bastards movement and the Me Too. So it was like double whammy, you know?
Oof.
Yeah.
That's tough.
And he's white. But I mean, like some of the witnesses against him were like high on the stand.
Really?
And it's just
Did
like,
you know him?
I don't know. Oh yeah. Yeah. We were the same age at Eastern and, you know, partied together. And yeah, it's bizarre. I mean, I have good friends who were there at the trial supporting him and
would you have supported him
by the news and very much believe in his innocence. At the time I remember thinking, fuck this guy, like what a creep. The more that I learn about what happened, and I don't know that he got a fair shake necessarily I think, I don't know. I think
let's start
the
calling
evidence
him,
against him
and
was
then
a
we'll
little.
start talking about how Trump could pardon him.
Yeah, we
Let's do
should.
some jail calls.
We should. We do like the Candace Owens, Harvey Weinstein
Yeah, there you go.
version. TDC and Holtzclaw. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's really crazy to know and to see him break down when he got sentenced, it was fucked up.
Yeah.
It was really fucked up. Like he just
lost it.
collapsed into a
Yeah.
puddle,
Well, at that point, like it's over.
And he didn't kill anybody.
And 500 years.
Like that's what I think needs to.
So extreme.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like
I won't even pretend to understand how the legal system works, but it's like, oh, this guy murdered so-and-so. And it's like, hey, he's staring down the barrel of 15 years. And you're like,
okay, 200 and 263
yeah, and then
years.
You hear like some bullshit, totally fraudulent, claims against Trump. He's facing 700 years. You're like, what? 34 felonies. You're like, shut up. How do you get there? Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like 263 years for
what
not
did he actually
anybody?
get though?
I mean, there's people who 263 years.
He actually got. He's not going to even be able.
The judge sentenced him to 200.
Yeah, he's not even going to be able to serve all those. No way. There's no way. He's already like 40.
Maybe gets to 100.
Yeah, he's closing in on 40. There's no way he's got 263 years left. It's insane.
Isn't that crazy though? You know why they do that though, Mike? It's because, all right, well, maybe, they take this up on appeal and maybe a couple of them get overturned. Well, that's fine. At least that way he still has to serve 150, even if the, half of them get overturned. But it's
how many girls are we talking?
I don't know. I just feel like there's
so he was.
Let me Google.
He was like arresting people and being like
4 or 5.
A little bit of you help me out, I help you out kind of thing. That was what's going on, and that we have a big problem with.
Yeah,
man.
Well, they were saying he preyed on them in terms of like he knew that when he was pulling them over or arresting them that they were, had records or whatever, and that he could. Like he was targeting them, and he knew he had like
Officer Walters would go down for a similar crime. I got to be honest. I'd be looking to make quid pro quos with hot chicks all over my community. I mean, I just would. That's why I would have been a lousy cop. I shoot first, ask questions later, and I definitely would have had special treatment for the hot ones.
8 women.
8? That's it.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I'd have been a lousy cop.
I mean, that is a long freaking time. Yeah. Especially when you know that like there are legit people out there who have taken a life and got way less sentences.
Yeah, how does that even?
I'm not saying he should
have been suspended for a couple weekends, no doubt about it, without pay even. Like if they wanted to suspend him for a month without pay.
A Jeffrey Epstein sentence, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
He goes in on the weekends.
Yeah, it's not like he
has to turn over his badge, but he goes in on the weekends, and then he can go work at like fucking Home Depot during the day. Like that kind of.
It's
sentence.
not like he had his girlfriend trolling the local high schools and bringing a bunch of chicks over to give massages. Like he was making quid pro quos. I thought that was a thing we all did. Man.
Yeah. And like the witnesses were like high on the stand and stuff. And like at one point, like had to take a break, like because she was so high and admitted it on the stand, by the way, that she was hilarious. Insanely high. Yeah.
I mean, it's not hilarious, but it's, yeah. That's a tough time.
It's just so crazy to know somebody that's like legitimately in prison.
It's like our case with Troy and I and our buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, he raped and murdered, lit on fire his girlfriend and her mom, tied up in the garage in Farmington Hills. Like,
fucking
what?
Crazy.
Yeah, almost killed Jay.
So
he literally was going to kill Jay. Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, nuts. All right, should we beat up on some liberals? I feel like that's always fun.
Mike. Did you see, or do you have it in there? Did you see Dave Portnoy's Barstool's punishment for fantasy football this year? If you lose, so at Barstool this year, if you lose their fantasy football league,
Oh, the loser of they do
have
this every year where you like the loser has to get a tattoo of the other people's choice, something like that.
yeah, this year this year, it's the loser has to read Kamala Harris's book, and they're put in a room with nothing. They have to give up their phone until they read through the entire book. Then they have to put together a presentation on it and present it to everybody. They're gonna run it through ChatGPT to see if it's, like,
Plagiarized?
on point and was done with and not plagiarized. If they find out that they did plagiarize it, they have to sit in a room for 24 hours and listen to the book on audio tape.
That is hilarious. That's actually really good.
I know. And Portnoy was on Fox News recently. He's like, we might have overdone it. That's like torture, because I think Kamala Harris reads her own audiobook. I think
that's brutal.
So you'd have to listen to her.
It's better. Who was it I saw the other day? It might have been like Eddie George, right? Famous running back, Tennessee Titan, famous Ohio State alumni. It might have been him wearing a Michigan jersey, singing the Michigan fight song. Might have been someone else though.
Yeah, he had to do that with Taylor Lewan.
Was that?
I think he made a bet with Taylor Lewan.
Okay, I saw a recent one, so it might not have been him. I might just be thinking that Eddie George.
No, it was.
Was
it
that
was Eddie
recent?
George.
Okay,
it was him and Taylor Lewan. Yeah, it was. I don't think it was the most recent game. I think it was maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm kind of sick of those ones where you got to put on the jersey of your rival, and so that Kamala Harris one is brutal, dude. Like I've got a couple bookshelves here with all the books that I've done interviews of over the years. They take a long time to read and there's a lot that goes into a fucking book, a real book like Kamala Harris. I can't even imagine knowing the content is such garbage and so horrible. And do you know just think about how frustrating that would be to have to read the drivel coming out of that moron's mouth for 300 pages.
I know. Oh. And you don't even have your phone as a distraction.
Yeah, you can't even play Candy Crush.
You have to give your phone up.
Oh, that's brutal.
Right.
That is
I know. I thought that was funny,
I'd almost rather fail that and just wing it and have them go, okay, now you have to sit in a room and listen. I think I'd do better just sitting there listening.
Yeah, but 24 hours,
Do you have to listen to it for 24 straight hours?
For 24 hours.
Because it's probably only 8 hours.
It's not just like, right. So you're listening to it multiple times through.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. You don't want to lose that league.
Yeah.
So that's for their Barstool in-house just for the employees of Barstool, like the one they're doing. Yeah. Because I know other people are in Barstool leagues. You know, you and I could be could be in a Barstool league. Yeah.
Right. No, yeah, this is like their employee league or whatever. Have you ever watched, they do a I don't know if it's called the Barstool Games or can't remember, but they put on like a Survivor like contest every year for like certain of their employees, and they stream it, and it's like and it's just like Survivor, but they're all like stuck in the headquarters and they have to live there, and you know there's like idols that are hidden and they have to like backstab each other, like all of the employees at Barstool or whatever. It's fucking hilarious. I don't know any of these Barstool people, but I watch it and I'm like, this is actually
the only ones that come gross on my radar are I think there's an Ohio State guy who goes at it hard in the paint with Dave. There's some really fat guy that they're always fucking with. Like those are the only ones that I'm really familiar with. But we're only 2 weeks away now. Can you believe we're in the home stretch? And the Lions could not look any worse to me. I know they haven't played anybody, but
yeah, Mike. I mean, it's like I don't think they've played any of their starters.
No, I mean, I think there's been a couple. There's a few guys obviously, but it is
but Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla looks good, man. I think he's going to be good right out of the gate. I think he'll be a good, because he's going to end up
But I
getting
mean, Mike,
like the fourth corner on him. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna get the weakest.
Yeah, he's gonna get some long touchdowns too, I bet, like
stretch
just
the
random
field.
ones. Yeah.
Did you see Snoop Dogg pissed off all the LGBT people?
I saw a clip somewhere today, but I didn't watch it. But I saw like someone on Instagram posted it.
It's like, well, welcome to the conversation, Snoop. It's so weird. Like, he was so anti-Trump. Remember the video he had where he fake shot Donald Trump, like in that whole like crazed time, and then he came around and was actually at Trump's inauguration and made the comment like,
people gave him
dude
shit
ain't
for
done
it.
nothing wrong to me. Like he came around on it, but he it was kind of good.
Which I appreciate and respect.
Yeah, I do too. I think it was ballsy. Like it's hard to change your position on something and be like, hey. And I don't think he's come full circle, but he's come pretty far.
No, but as long as you're not like everyone who supports him is racist, and I don't want any of you people listening to his like kind of like Eminem did. And to be able to just admit like, okay, the guy hasn't done anything to me. Obviously people like him, whatever. Not my cup of tea, but whatever.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that
the Eminem one is straight up Trump derangement syndrome. Like you can see the people that had an opinion about Trump or whatever, and then the people that just have flat out what will be at someday like a diagnosable thing. Like it's crazy. I don't remember anything in my lifetime like this at all.
There's nothing quite that sends MAGA Barbie's followers on X into a tizzy like posting about Eminem, because I love Eminem.
Me too.
And I will always love Eminem. And the Republican Party universally hates Eminem. And so whenever I post about him, like if I see him at a Lions game or, his new album comes out and I post about him, it's like, oh, he doesn't want you to listen to his music. Do you realize, Bob? It's like, yeah, fuckers, I do. And guess what? I'm still listening because fucking Eminem is awesome. The difference. So fuck him and fuck you too.
I think it's the difference between conservatives and liberals. It's one of the big differences. Like I can look at Eminem and I go, that is brilliance personified. I don't care. I know how he feels politically. I don't care. Whatever.
No.
And someone like I can look at Kid Rock and I don't have a negative thought in my mind about Kid Rock. Like you don't have to love his stuff. I think what he is he's made he's done he's put out some great albums, some really good albums after Devil Without a Cause, by the way. There's a couple in that. Rock and Roll Jesus is a fucking great album.
Yeah, it's a good one.
He had about 4 or 5 albums in there that are really, really good. Live Trucker is one of the best live albums you'll hear. It is. It's fantastic. I look at someone like, I look at Dave Abruzzese, who I bring up all the time, right? The drummer from Pearl Jam. I can look at him. He is so deranged and so hateable. But I can look at his contribution to Pearl Jam and go, I wish they would have put him in the Hall of Fame. Like, I don't hold hatred for him. I can separate what is one of the most batshit lunatic Trump derangement syndrome people ever. Like, he openly talks about, I don't speak to family members anymore. Like, he's proud of that shit. Like, but I can separate and go, dude still belongs in the Hall of Fame for his musical contributions. You could ask him, someone like him, like, what do you think of Kid Rock? He would, despise, worthless, throw him away, his career away. Who cares if he sold 100 million plus albums? Like, just, it's weird to me. It's weird to me.
I think Eminem and Kid Rock are still like boys. Though. Like, I don't think they let that come. What annoys me the most about Eminem is, I mean, I'm of the age of, fuck you, Dick Cheney, fuck you, Tipper Gore, fuck all of you who are trying to censor me on both sides, basically. So for him to then championing one side, it's like, dude, you used to hate the government because they all suck, and you knew that, and you know that. So it's just this weird derangement syndrome, like you said, Trump. which is annoying, but whatever.
It's very annoying. But then, like guys in his immediate clique, 50 Cent was like straight up Trump,
Right.
Yeah, and Snoop's another one. He went on the I wasn't familiar with it, the Giving podcast, or It's Giving. Do you know that show? Or that show?
No, I don't.
It's not bad.
Not unless they covered Karen
No,
Reed.
they didn't cover Karen Reed, as far as I'm aware. But it's the questions were good. It's a cool sit down with Snoop, but they get, they're talking about fatherhood.
Snoop?
Yeah, right?
That'd be dope.
Yeah, for sure it would. But they're talking about father, and Snoop's a grandfather now. His perspectives have changed. But here he is talking about taking his grandkids.
I love Snoop, by the way. I fucking love
Snoop's awesome. Snoop. Dude, I will say this.
The way he's been able to like rebrand, like he's got like a whole kids thing, like his like Snoop Doggy, like it's like some kids thing, and they do like nursery rhymes for like rapping nursery rhymes, and it's amazing.
I think of Snoop, like take any performer. There's a couple that come to mind right away. Snoop Dogg is one, and Ozzy Osbourne's another, where their voices are so. It was almost like there's multiple voices creating that voice. I don't know how else to put it. When you heard Snoop for the first time, it was like, what in the hell is that? Like the gin and juice days, like there's something. And Ozzy, when you hear Ozzy sing, it's like, oh yeah, there's one of those on earth. There's one Snoop Dogg, like Calvin Brodus's voice. There's one of. I have so much respect for that. Like there's no other. But here he is, and I don't know what took him so long, but here he is talking about taking his kids to a Disney movie.
What you see, it's what you see. They putting it everywhere.
Yeah.
I took my grandson to see what was the movie with Buzz Light?
Toy Story?
Not that one, but
the new Buzz. The Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
Yeah, with Kiki Palmer's in that movie. So we watching it, and she had a baby with a woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, shit. I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women. How did she have a baby? So it's like, it's fuck me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids that we have to show that at this age, like
that part.
They're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
They are going to ask. I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
He's
right.
He's not wrong. I wonder where Snoop was the last 10.
That's kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole point. Like, yeah, you shouldn't have to answer those questions when you're going to the movies. Like, let parents do it in their own time,
Yeah. You wonder when they're going to get it, too, because this has been going on for...
No, they're not.
Do you think they're not? Do you really think that... Because they've hired all the same, like, CEOs, and their board of directors all look the same, sound the same, have the same message, and it just keeps bombing. It keeps bombing. Yeah. Like this whole like, what was the latest Star Wars one? Acolyte or something? And it was like, oh, it's the gayest Star Wars ever. It's like, yeah, nobody asked for the gayest Star Wars ever. And it shits the bed totally.
Right.
Like at some point you have to move on from these things. Like Target tried to double down.
What you need to do instead is nice, wholesome content like Doggyland.
What's Doggyland? That voice.
Feeling good and have negative thoughts, so repeat after me. Come on, everyone. There is no one better to be than myself. Today is gonna be an amazing day. My feelings matter. I get better every single day. I choose to feel happy.
Wouldn't it be funny?
Like, isn't it
wouldn't it be funny to show Like to show that to Snoop 40 years ago. Like, hey,
that's
dude,
what I
one day.
always think about. It's what I
Yeah.
always think about. Like, this guy also owns Death Row Records, by the way. So,
your murder was the case they gave me.
like,
Murder was the case they gave me. I remember you going to court and getting not convicted of murder. Like I
Right.
remember that, and now you're doing.
and now you
This
make
is the body God gave me. Like what?
this. Yeah, like affirmations are positive statements. But it's actually really cute though, because there's like TikTok trends and stuff. I know we talk a lot about like the family unit, and that was kind of the Democrats' whole plan back in the day was to like get the men out of the house, especially with African American families, and incentivize single parents. And so it's neat because those types of there's TikToks and what reels or whatever where a black guy and his wife and daughter are in the mirror and they're saying their positive affirmations to the Snoop Dogg song, and it's like, that community wants like kids stuff too that they can relate to. So it's just like it's kind of cool.
You look at Snoop though. There was like this real outward, and one of the things he talks about in this interview, which I thought was fascinating, and I'm not up to speed on all his stuff, his whole life, but Snoop like married the girl he was dating when that all broke and is still with her. And he talks in there about like his homeboys and stuff coming up to him like, man, you can be banging any bitch you want, all these bitches all over you. And they want to know like, you hitting that now, and he's like, I haven't laid a hand on her. Like he just loved this girl and loved being with her. He didn't move too fast. He wasn't just banging her. And ended up marrying her 40 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever it was. And it's like, that was the guy he really was,
Yeah.
It's kind of wild. Like
it is wild.
Yeah. To see it all come full circle. Yeah. It's the whole like, and his issue with that was, I guess there's some scene in that movie where a mom goes into a room and the lesbian girl is there and they kiss and they've got a baby. And of course kids are going to ask that question.
Right.
It's a complicated reality. I think there is a time and a place. Like I think of, our friend, longtime friend of the show, Jenny Federovich, whatever, she's a lesbian. She's got multiple kids, and she's an awesome mom. And so is Raisa. And I can understand why they would want representation in, pop culture, in movies, stuff like that. I don't know what the easy answer is to this. Maybe, in the little kids world, it's a complicated topic. It just is. I think Jenny would agree with that. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, there's like, I don't know. Do I really want to talk about, all the ways two women can have a baby with my, toddler that I brought to the movies? Not really, like, but then I also, they've been doing this shit for a long time but Disney's thing for a long time was one of the parents was dead, so it's like, there was always this like thing
trauma
that you had to talk about. Yeah. Some trauma that you've like had to talk to your kid about it.
What is that about?
Like
was that just lazy writing?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
It's very weird.
I never really thought about it, but when you think of like, you could go down the list from Lion King to, all of them have like orphaned
Find
kids.
me a nice, wholesome Disney
Bambi.
movie where you have both parents. It's just,
yeah.
I mean, Aladdin, Cinderella, Pocahontas. Like, I don't go down the list. I mean,
yeah.
All of them have one or two missing parents.
Even going back to Bambi and mom is murdered,
Bambi.
and like they all have that storyline of I don't know. Yeah, the rescuers wasn't that Orphan Penny in that movie you never watched?
All of them.
Like
yeah.
It is kind of weird. Like I don't know what the problem would be with having two parents.
Like I wonder.
Like, I don't know.
What's the first someone The Incredibles was the last one, Amy. Okay, thank you, Cliff. I was gonna say someone put in the chat one where there was like an intact family. I didn't see the Incredibles.
Yeah, that's the whole family is superheroes, mom, dad, and the kids. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to think. The Little Mermaid. I don't.
Yeah, just the dad, but he had a ton of kids. He had a ton of daughters, but no
Snow
mom.
White.
She lived in like a cabin in the fucking woods with.
Yeah, but I don't know what the. Yeah,
so no parents for Snow White.
But Lion King is like that.
Dad died in Lion King.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Cinderella. You've got the evil stepmom.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's sort of reminded me, going back to the Snoop part with the, shit, man, I came to see the movie and now I got this kid going, Papa Snoop, what's with these two dykes having a kid? How you like, he wasn't dying to have that conversation when they went. Reminds me of that video we watched, and I don't have it on me, but where that dad confronted that teacher at the elementary school who was really wanting to teach about dildos and double-ended dildos for the community. And she's got the glasses, the whole look. She had the whole look that we all know. And it's like, where do you people get off thinking this is like, there was no one, like we all went through the uncomfortable sex ed, whatever it was. No one needed to teach us about toys or alternative lifestyles. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? That you think this is your... First off, if that's what I'm interested in, I'll figure that out on my own, right? Like, you certainly don't need to be... That's where you get the indoctrination tag. That's where that comes from. Like, what are you doing? Why do you think this is your lane?
This is crazy.
What?
This is crazy, man.
Did you look up Disney movies?
You ready for this? So there's 131 Disney films, okay? 131. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 8 of 131 that have two-parent families.
Really?
I'll name them. Brave, which came out in 2012. Princess Fergus and Queen Eleanor are both present and play significant roles in the film. Moana's parents are central to her journey and remain alive through the movie. Mulan's parents are present, although the film focuses more on her relationship with her father. Tangled, Rapunzel's parents are present, and their reunion with Rapunzel is a key part of the
Rapunzel's
plot.
the hair one?
Yeah. The Emperor's New Groove. Apparently, both of the Emperor's parents are alive. 101 Dalmatians. Well, it seems like a little bit of a stretch. Pongo and Perdita, the parents of the Dalmatians, are both present. Lady and the Tramp. Lady and the Tramp are in loving homes with their humans. And Zootopia, the main character, has both parents present throughout the story. So there's 8 of 131 that have both parents. That's wild.
That's bizarre. That's bizarre. That's so beyond representation. I don't even know if I have a huge problem with it. Like, that was always kind of the way, I don't know. That was like starting
6%,
from,
Mike.
Yeah. But having some trauma that you need to grow and evolve from, whether it's Annie or anything, is kind of like a mainstay in children's stories. So maybe that's the thought. Like, what looks like extreme circumstances can be, grown out of. You can work your way out of, and I don't know.
Yeah,
but it seems the gay one seems like an agenda, forced agenda, and it keeps.
But when you also look at the agenda over the years in terms of like pushing a single family household and incentivizing it, and then you see the largest media company, one of the largest, 6% of their movies have two family households. That means 94% have one parent households. And it's like, that's kind of wild.
Or none. I feel like a lot of them are orphanage related, and
I don't know. It just seems like is it part of an agenda of like normalizing it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little conspiratorial, but it's just that to me, those numbers
Stark.
are.
Yeah.
And I come from a one-parent household, so like I get the representation. But when someone pointed out to me that it's every movie, I was like, holy shit, you're right. It's not just The Lion King, which sticks out in my head.
Yeah.
But
The Lion King probably stuck out a lot.
Crazy. Well, especially it came out in June of 1994, and my dad died in March of 94. And so it was the big Disney movie, and it sucked, you know. Great music, but the timing of it. So it was always just kind of like,
Oh, I could imagine that.
I don't love The Lion King, you know.
Yeah, that's rough.
Thanks a lot, Disney.
Yeah, right. Have you seen the dust up with Cracker Barrel?
I saw that they redid their logo.
Yeah. I think this is one of those, like, people are so on edge for the whole, like, are you going woke? What are you doing over there? That they're lashing out. Like, I haven't, like, I've looked at the Cracker Barrel story for a couple weeks, and I'm just like, they changed the logo.
People rebrand all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It looks stale inside, like what they're doing, you know, like that kind of down home. I don't know. Is Cracker Barrel still a popular thing? I guess their stock is tanking, and they're coming out today saying, yeah, we could have done a better job of sharing who we are and who we'll always be. If the last few days have shown us anything, it's how deeply people care about Cracker Barrel. Well, I don't know if it's that as much as people like to bitch about everything. So, you know, there's that too. We're truly grateful for your heartfelt voices. You've also shown us that we could have done a better job sharing who we are. The company said what has not and will never change are the values Cracker Barrel was built on. Those values are hard work, family, and scratch cooked food that made with care. Blah, blah, blah. Our values haven't changed. Our heart and soul of Cracker Barrel hasn't changed. And Uncle Herschel, they took Uncle Herschel. He was apparently that white guy that was leaning on the barrel in the image. They took Herschel away. And I didn't know the guy had a name. But, you know, so a lot of people were like, oh, sure, you can't have a white guy on your logo. You know, like I would see this kind of outrage and backlash if they put some, you know, lesbian black tranny as the new face of Cracker Barrel, leaning on a barrel. But, you know, they just did, you know, the yellow and brown Cracker Barrel. So I don't know what the big dust up is, but, you know, that them doubling down on like, Herschel remains front and center in our restaurants and on our menu. He's the face of the Herschel way. The foundation of our employees provides hospitality for which we're not like, in other words, please don't Bud Light us. We're going down this don't target us. Don't turn us into the new Target or Bud Light.
Yeah.
So
I mean, what's funny is ultimately Cracker Barrel is probably at the point where they're like, we have to do something. We have to do a rebranding. Otherwise, we're headed towards bankruptcy. And, you know, they're probably in a board meeting where they think like nobody gives a shit. And this is their last ditch attempt in
being
making
relevant.
money. And all of a sudden, you know, it's a fucking huge story.
Yeah.
I literally could not possibly care less about Cracker Barrel's logo or anybody's logo for that matter. The only time I care about a logo is when they virtue signal only in the United States for Pride Month, but not that.
Totally.
I think it's hilarious, but you're a company.
It's cowardly.
I don't give a shit.
No, I agree with you 100%. It's coward as shit when you have like BMW and Mercedes change their logo to a bunch of fucking rainbows, but then you look at their brand in the Middle East, they wouldn't dare try to pull that shit. That's where it seems like, no, you're not standing on principle. You're virtue signaling to people, and that is very irritating. The Cracker Barrel one is another example, and if you look at the list, it's clear what's going on. Like, hey, look at us. We've hired a, you know, young female CEO, whether it's who was the Hershire, whatever, that was running Bud Light. And they keep And they put them front and center. They always have the same glasses, the same look. They know and it's like they have no idea who their core is, and they're insulting as shit. We're trying to go away from the frat boy image. Really? You're Bud Light. What are you talking about, lady? Elisa Hershire, whatever. Yeah. It seems really tone deaf and shitty. And so they did that with Cracker Barrel. They sent this 20-something, 30-something female CEO to be, to talk about branding with Good Morning America. And, and people looked at that. And I think they're on edge with this stuff.
Yeah.
Like leave our brands alone. Leave Aunt Jemima alone. Leave poor Uncle Ben alone. Leave the fucking, the chick on the butter box who we used to cut out and make it look like she had tits. Like leave them alone. At Land O'Lakes or whatever it was. Leave these iconic it's nostalgia. I don't know that there's a lot of nostalgia feeling for Cracker Barrel. There must be, because their stock is tanking and the story's been sitting here for 2 weeks at this point. It's kind of wild, but
silly.
I think of this one as kind of silly too. Yeah.
Mike, did you see today that the Lions cut Dan Skipper?
Dude, I saw that. I didn't know if that was real or not. I wonder if that's just a move.
Yeah.
I bet there's more to that. I bet he comes back and is like initially on the practice squad or signs a smaller deal. I bet they don't cut all ties with him. I'd be surprised if they did.
Kind of interesting. Because didn't someone retire? I kind of thought Dan Skipper retired, but I think I'm thinking of somebody else.
No, it's the other lineman, kind of in the prime too. Had some injuries. Yeah, it's going to be a weird year. I would not be surprised if this team underperforms from what the city thinks, just based on the fact that there's 3 new linemen, and that was like the ultimate strength of that team. It all starts with that offensive line. And if that gets off to a rocky start, or you start messing around with the offensive line, you lose one, you got a rookie in there, you got a new Ragnow playing center. I know he's played it a little bit, but that we'll see. We'll see. I mean, obviously we're hoping for the best, but that's a little weird. The Dan Skipper, I literally saw that, but I didn't know if it was fake news or if it was real.
Yeah.
But I bet he comes back and is still a Lion, though. We've seen this a few times with teams where they seemingly cut a guy.
Or he goes to the Bears.
No, where they cut a guy and then re-sign him.
And runs trick plays with what's his face.
Yeah. He could be running trick plays with Ben Johnson over there. And then you'll hate him.
Yeah.
Then you'll have to hate him.
I know.
Yeah.
I will. And it's because he's white.
Really? You think so? Because he's a white lineman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like I hate Ben Johnson, but I don't hate Aaron Glenn. It's because I'm racist against white people.
That's not why you hate him. That's not. It's divisional. Don't tag yourself as a racist. No, don't tag yourself as a racist. No, you don't care that he went to the AFC.
Oh.
That's all.
I see.
You're good. You're not a full-blown racist. Partly.
Well, I hate Ben.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what that makes.
So what does that make me, Mike?
Smart football fan. Went in the division.
But imagine if Aaron Glenn went within the division and I had to hate him. That would be so awkward. I wouldn't be able to. Then it would be like,
you'd be quiet about your hatred.
Black. Yeah.
You just be quiet about your hatred. That's all.
Yeah.
Did you see the
Ben Johnson?
I know. I don't hate him as much as you do. My brother does. Like a lot of you guys are really pissed off at him. But what are you going to do? He wasn't going to go to the Cowboys, that shit show in Dallas. Chicago's a great
Why would anyone ever want to? Yeah, I feel
go
like
to Dallas.
It's kind of a shit show though too, but we'll see. I don't think he's going to do well.
I hope you're right.
Me too.
No offense to him, but I hope you're right. Did you see the backlash in Florida over the painted street? The rainbow painted in the street?
No.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy issued a directive back on July 1st ordering all governors to comply with federal standards for consistent and recognizable traffic control devices, including crosswalk and intersection markings and orderly use of right-of-way that is kept free from distractions. Governor DeSantis then ordered the state to paint over a rainbow-colored crosswalk in Orlando, memorializing the Pulse nightclub shooting. People are really pissed off about this. In fact, I think I have Orlando Mayor Buddy Dwyer. He's all pissed off. I think he's part of the community. Let's check him out.
Hi, everyone. This is State Senator Carlos Guillermo Smith. I am outside the...
There's too many S's, tinny S's in there. He's got to be part of it, right?
What is
I don't
that?
know what
I don't
the tinny
understand
S's. It's a dead giveaway.
I need someone to explain it to me.
Yeah, he's got the glasses too. Yeah, there's
Like,
a whole
why?
thing going on here.
What? Because I feel like it's universal, right? Like, I don't know that you would ever find a straight person that talked like that.
I knew one.
Really?
I worked with one, and everybody was like,
I bet he
it's
had
a front.
He's had a penis in his butt at some point. I bet. Like maybe
It's
something
possible.
just it just like your makeup gets changed when that happens to you or something, you know, and it's like now you have a lot of what did you
tinny S's.
tinny S's. Like what?
Yeah,
how does that happen?
I don't know. It's very swishy. It's very tinny. So they changed the paint. You can see how that's just ready for either piano keys painting or rainbow painting. But let's check out tinny S's here.
Hi, everyone. This is State Senator Carlos Guillermo Smith. I am outside the Pulse nightclub interim memorial. And we've just discovered that the Florida Department of Transportation, in the middle of the night, ripped the rainbow colors off of this city crosswalk. They illegally vandalized city property without providing the city of Orlando notice or getting their approval to remove this rainbow crosswalk that was painted here not only to remember the lives of the 49 mostly LGBTQ people of color who were murdered here, but also to keep the pedestrians and visitors safe who have come here year after year to pay their respects to those lives who were taken here. I cannot believe that the DeSantis administration has engaged in this hostile act against the city of Orlando. That they have...
Pause. First of all, I don't need to hear any more of that background noise. Fuck that guy. Second of all, sir, you want to know what a nice fat lawsuit would look like if, I don't know, a car hit a pedestrian in the street and the argument could be, gee, Your Honor, I didn't see a crosswalk there because there was a fucking rainbow flag covering it. So sorry, I didn't see the normal street lines. You know, like that puts you at risk, sir, as a city and as a state to be fucking with the lines on the road. Okay,
I agree.
Hang a flag, hang a banner. What do you have to paint the road?
By the way, that memorial for Pulse nightclub shooting was a decade ago by one of their own.
I was just gonna say, wasn't that like,
dude? It was 2016. It was 9+ years ago. Like, you've painted the street. You just did that. Like, those do have meanings. You don't take a stop sign and paint it rainbow colors. Like, it has meaning in society.
Exactly. Correct. Yes. Like roads and their
to it.
Lines. Yeah. Like they're not just there for decoration.
Yes. You know, when you go fill out when you try to get a driver's license, you take a test and you have to identify these things, like what they are.
Yeah.
Like, it's worked. It's fine. But you people want to do this everywhere. Let's just paint Black Lives Matter across 2 blocks in the middle of the fucking road.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't. Like, you don't just get to take over towns and roads, street signs, and do whatever you want. It's kind of bullyish of you to think that.
It seems. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It seems to me like it's the equivalent of like tagging or like spray paint.
Right.
Which is not legal if I recall. Like, you get in trouble for doing that. So why do you not get in trouble for doing it on the road where, like you said, there's purpose to, like, people can get injured on the road, not on the side of a fucking building.
Dude, think about when you're driving. Like, I've done a lot of like open road travel, going from here to California to Michigan. There are certain things on the road that draw your attention when you're driving, right? I'm not talking about, well, not usually, just in your neighborhood, but there's stuff, whether someone's painted an American flag on the side of a barn on the freeway, and it's like, oh, it totally draws your attention, which is exactly what this does, which is the danger in that. And I think of it like, oh, this means so much to me. Kind of to your point, what you just said, like, well, fucking hang a memorial flag. Do what most people do.
Yeah.
When my buddy,
how about you do something a little more permanent?
When my buddy,
put a bench. How about a
Zach
bench?
died, exactly. We took a petition thing and took it to City Hall and got a nice plaque on a fucking bench in the park in Franklin. Like, no, we didn't commandeer 3 blocks of street and just go do what. Like, can you imagine if every time you really wanted something, you really believed in something? Like, I don't want someone painting a crosswalk in all Lions helmets because this is our year. Like, no, put a fucking sticker on your car. Leave the rest of society out of it. No one voted for this. You know, imagine if like, hey, we really believe in our president. You want someone putting MAGA in giant letters all over the crosswalks? Because we really, really believe in it. How about if people that are super anti-abortion start doing dead baby murals on the street all over in paint? Because they really believe in their cause. We all see your cause. And like, we get it.
To what end? It's till it fucking rains?
Yeah, well, that's what...
I mean, again, like you said, like, let's make something more permanent. What are we doing here? This is so
and there's
to
be honest with you, in Orlando around Pulse nightclub, there's probably 100 memorials. It's probably like the alphabet mafia people who have 4 days per week already celebrating some form of bullshit. They already have it.
Honestly, I would prefer a soggy teddy bear over fucking chalk mural in the road.
And no, that was painted. What they've done, they repainted that to just regular street. And so what the gay community did now is they came in and they colored it in chalk. They won. I might have even, I don't know if I pulled the picture of it. I don't think I did. But yeah, and it's like, okay, well, good. Time to bring a hose out then, bullies. You don't always get your way. Just because it means so much to you doesn't mean you just get your way always. It's not anti-gay. I think it all the time when I see stuff like that. Like, boy, that seems dangerous. Seems like you're going to get someone hit when you have an entire like block in Black Lives Matter yellow and black paint on the middle of the street. It's going to make people stop and take pictures. It's going to make people all kinds of stuff. It just seems wildly inappropriate.
Yeah.
So
it just a perfect analogy is like you said, a stop sign, painting a stop sign a different color, and then it all of a sudden has a different meaning.
Yeah.
You know, because it's no longer a red stop sign that you learn about in driver's training. It's like, I didn't know if that was a valid stop sign or not. You know, I didn't know if this was a valid crosswalk. There's a rainbow flag over it.
Totally. And I think I could see myself making that argument in court. Oh, I didn't think it was a real stop sign. It was painted like a rainbow flag. What the fuck is that? I don't remember that.
100%. Yeah.
It's
not a traditional stop
It seems
sign.
to be never enough for this cult like group of people. You know, we're going to have a little parade.
Yeah.
We're going to wear dog masks and hump each other on the street in front of children. Like, okay, I don't know who signed up for that. And, you know, like, pump the brakes, folks. You don't get to put a fucking rainbow flag everywhere you go. You'll live.
Mike, at what age do you think people should have to retake a driving test?
I don't know why. You saying I should?
No,
I think
just
I'd fail
people
one
should
nowadays.
have to. I think people should have to when they reach. I'm gonna go with 55. I think is a good age to
I think
refresh
55
your
's too young.
skills.
I think it's closer to
55.
70.
The 55 is going to get you from 55 to 65. I think.
I think you could wait till 70. I think you could 65 maybe.
Okay, maybe. 60.
Do you think there's a lot of 55-year-olds?
401k age. 401k. You have to take a driving test to your 401k at 62 and a half.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, I just feel like people need a refresher. Like older people need to learn how to use roundabouts, for example.
Oh, dude. Don't get me started on the roundabout.
They didn't learn about those in driver's training. Oh, they should have to fucking take a class on that. They should have to do continuing education.
If you've stopped at a roundabout, you've done it wrong. If you're stopping at a roundabout.
Yeah, unless there's like a backup, if it's rush hour or something. But other than that, it should seamlessly move. Yeah.
Here's the problem with the driving test. You know, the guy we were watching the other day. In fact, I think I have it here. This asshole. Yep, dead.
Yeah.
All three people, whole family. Dead. Thanks, dickhead. Nice hat, by the way. Here I am. Did I do that? Oh, did I do that? Was that my fault? That guy got 2 out of 14 questions correct. And he doesn't speak a fucking word of English. On his
Oh, my God.
2 of 14 correct answers. Sir, those are multiple choice. You just get C every time. You probably would have got 4 questions right.
Right.
He got 2 of 14, doesn't speak a single word of English at all. And now they're calling a petition for clemency for him, charged with killing 3 people, making some radical U-turn in the middle of a fucking freeway. Harjinder Singh entered the country illegally in 2018. More than 2.5 million people have signed this petition directed towards Governor Ron DeSantis and the Florida Board of Executive Clemency, urging them to consider that he has no criminal history and simply made a terrible mistake. Well, his criminal history is breaking into a country he doesn't belong in.
Strike 2.
We could start with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Strike 1 was coming here illegally. Strike 2 was murdering 3 people.
Yeah.
So you don't get to see strike 3, my guy. Sorry. Bye-bye.
He didn't seem terribly devastated in court when I saw him, or standing on the side of the road there. When they're pulling the jaws of life out to try to save. Can you imagine, dude, driving down the road and think about that. You're on your way somewhere. You're going to fucking whatever, lunch, and just boom, at 80 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour, into the side of this who has no business being in your country. None.
Right.
Doesn't speak the language. Doesn't have any clue about the laws of the road, and gets a CDL license out of California. I hope they sue the
CDL
shit.
is wild. It's not like he just had, a regular, like he had literally operating a very deadly weapon.
I mean, it's just insane.
Car accidents are so fucked up because it's just like, man, if you would have left 10 seconds earlier or later, it's just such bad luck. Car accidents are such bad luck.
I know. Man. It's insane. So they're like, oh, give him clemency. He's made a terrible mistake. DeSantis has already made it clear. He's taken the case seriously. He sent Florida's new Lieutenant Governor, Jay Collins, to California last week to extradite Singh back to Florida. Fleeing to a sanctuary state will not prevent him from facing justice in Florida. We will make sure of that. He will be held accountable for his criminal actions. I love it.
Imagine thinking that you can flee to a sanctuary state quote unquote.
Why was he able to flee anywhere? Why wasn't he immediately in custody right then? He's standing on the side of the road while cops, emergency services, jaws of life are all there on the scene. What, did they let him leave from that scene?
Right.
How the hell does he even get to California to be needing to be extradited? I would send that bill.
That's
I would send that extradition bill to California. Swear to God. Why should Florida have to pay for that?
Yeah, I mean, but Florida had to let him go, obviously, which is kind of crazy.
True, that's a good point.
That. Unless, like, I don't know, maybe they didn't have a nose. That's kind of crazy.
Sean Duffy said, let's see. Okay, so Singh was charged with 3 counts of vehicular homicide, recently denied bail as he awaits trial. Gavin Newsom is catching heat because the state issued him that commercial driver's license, despite him not being in the country legally or speaking a lick of English. I keep going back to when we were in Dallas, when Drew and I were in Dallas, and when I was in Dallas alone. All 3 times, I'm trying to remember if you and I got people that was like, oh God, this guy clearly has no business being in the country, or if it was just Drew and I.
No,
did we have any
stick out to me?
Were our Uber drivers okay? They might have been. We might have gotten lucky. But when Drew and I were there, it was, and when I was there alone, it was like, this is insane. And the more I think about it, the more it's disturbing. Like, these people have no fucking business being on American roads. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not racist. I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like, no business being on American roads.
Yeah. Cliff said it took him 8 weeks and $10,000 to get a CDL.
It took him what? You broke up there.
$10 to get a CDL.
Yeah. Did Cliff get 2 of 14 answers correct on his CDL test? Cliff, if you could respond, was 2 of 14 a passable grade for your CDL license?
No, because when Cliff had to check he had to select white, Caucasian, and so if he would have gotten 2 out of 14, it would have automatically defaulted to like a fail because of the white Caucasian selection.
I feel like there's a lot of like I don't feel like I fully even understand what kind of responsibility comes with a CDL license, just having that kind of size with you. Like the road is different for those guys than it is for just normal flowing traffic. Dude, like it just is. I feel like they're under that kind of scrutiny and that kind of cost and that kind of training for a reason. It's in all our best interest that, no, sir, it was 30 questions. Well, you're allowed to get 6 wrong.
And I stopped at question 25. Well, la-di-da, sir. Quite confident, are we? Gave yourself 1 question wrong to spare.
Means he studied hard. So I'm assuming Cliff understands English. And that probably helped him.
Looks like he does.
This is so insulting. It just shows you the different countries we're living in. Okay, this tragedy happened, 2 weeks ago? Something like that. There are already 2.5 million people who have signed a petition for clemency. Okay, clemency is an act of mercy or leniency by an authority figure, like a president or a governor, is what they're asking for. These assholes want clemency before the trial has even happened. I think of clemency, something where someone made a horrible mistake in life, ended up killing people, and get sentenced to 20 years. They've now served 12 years, and they've been a model prisoner. They've bettered themselves. They haven't been a problem. And someone goes to bat for them and makes an argument that, hey, you know what? We're not trying to just destroy humanity with this person's life. They made a terrible mistake. They've been remorseful. They've learned from it. They've been a model prisoner. We think you
get sentenced to 263 years for getting a few blowjobs.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Like, we've sent the message. they've clearly taken it seriously and responded properly, and we can have a little leniency in that case. In this case, what exactly, to the 2.5 million people in this country who have signed that petition, what exactly have you seen that warrants you coming out? So all you know is he broke into this country. He wasn't invited here. He broke his way into your country and was so reckless with his behavior that it killed 3 of your fellow citizens. He hasn't gone to trial yet. He hasn't pled yet. He hasn't thrown himself on the mercy of the court. He hasn't, nothing. And you want clemency already? Like, what are you talking about? Does that make us assholes for going? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, it doesn't, Mike.
The online petition has been blasted. They'd rather defend an illegal truck driver than protect American lives. I guarantee you, I know what their political ideologies are. Pure clown world. It shouldn't matter if 50 million people signed it. I agree with that. I don't give a shit if all 50 million.
It doesn't matter.
No. We don't impose justice by popular opinion.
Never going to happen.
We have laws for a reason. 3 people that lost their lives. Is there any justice for them? Yeah, good question. Insanity. The other one is in the news today is Kilmar Abrego Garcia. This is getting interesting. I wish he was still in El Salvador. You know, what with him being from there and all.
Sure.
You know, I'm not dying for more human, traffickers in this country or wife beaters, gang members. That's just me personally. I know I'm in the minority there. But Kristi Noem said ICE has arrested Kilmar Abrego Garcia, charged him with human smuggling in Maryland. That was this morning. He's being processed for deportation. Fuck out of here.
Bye-bye.
The arrest came after Garcia checked into an ICE office in Baltimore just days after he was released from federal prison in Tennessee before turning himself in. Garcia and about 150 supporters rallied in solidarity outside the ICE facility and protested Trump's administration. Thanks, fucko. We don't need you here protesting the person we legally voted for, right?
Yeah.
We don't need your help.
So stupid.
Garcia faces federal charges of conspiracy to transport aliens and unlawful transportation of illegal aliens. Those charges came after he was deported to El Salvador against judicial protection orders. Today, ICE arrested him and are processing him for deportation. President Trump is not going to allow this illegal alien, who is an MS-13 gang member, human trafficker, serial domestic abuser, and child predator, to terrorize American citizens any longer. He had been held in federal prison as he awaited trial for human smuggling charges before a judge allowed his release on Friday. I want you to remember this. Remember, this is from him, that I am free and I was able to be reunited with my family, he told his supporters. He didn't say it like that. He said it in Spanish, because I don't know that he even speaks English. To all the families who have been separated, or to all the families who have been threatened with family separation, this administration has hit us hard. But I want to tell you guys something. God is with us, and God will never leave us. God will bring justice to all of the injustice that we are suffering. And as the crowd chanted, "We are all Kilmar." I love how they forget the illegal part. God's rooting for him. What an asshole.
Yeah, right. That's ridiculous.
So it sounds like he was informed that he could be deported to Uganda, which sounds like a bummer, man. That's way out there. I know you and I with the map is very, very offensive to most people listening. But yeah, Uganda is.
I do know that is like way the fuck
away.
Out
there. Yeah. So they've made an offer with him. Costa Rica.
Africa.
No.
Uganda's in Africa.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Oh boy. You better be right about that, dude. I don't need the emails. So I was like,
that could have gotten dicey.
Were you right?
Yeah.
So the Uganda one, I was like, that's a bummer. I get it. We would pay Uganda to take some shitbag in and house him. And then it was like, if he pleads guilty to human smuggling, you can go to Costa Rica. And I was like, what are we paying Costa Rica to take these fuckfaces now? So I read up on it. Costa Rica's willingness to accept Kilmar Garcia stems from a diplomatic agreement with the United States, specifically a letter from Costa Rica's Ministry of Governance, Policy, and Public Security sent to the U.S. Embassy in San Jose expressed the country's readiness to accept him upon completion of any criminal sentence he might serve in the U.S. Costa Rica has agreed to provide refugee status or residency, ensuring he would not be detained or deported to a third country, including El Salvador, where he faces credible risk of persecution. Yeah, see, that's what happens when you're in a gang and you kill other gang members. They might want to kill you and yours too. So he kind of brought that on himself. But whatever, he's persecuted.
I got it. Costa Rica seems like a better.
Yeah.
I mean, Uganda, Mike.
Uganda sounds like a shithole.
You want to know who your neighbors are in Uganda? Yeah. Your neighbors in Uganda are South Sudan.
Oof. Yeah, that's a bummer. Huge bummer.
Ethiopia.
Not good.
Kenya.
Oof. They're fast, but I wouldn't want to go there.
Rwanda. Tanzania. Oof. And whatever the fuck the DRC is. What's the DRC?
I don't know.
Oh, Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Yeah.
Sure. So I don't know. Costa Rica to me, the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Seems a little nice.
Sounds kind of nice, right? So the offer appears to be part of a broader diplomatic arrangement, possibly tied to negotiations involving extradition policies, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing that says that we're paying them. So I don't know. But so does that mean they're like, yeah, he's got to serve his time. So what, we got to put him up in prison here first? Or does he just get shit canned to Costa Rica? But he's got to admit that he's a human trafficker. Otherwise, Uganda it is, sir. Good luck. Yeah, good luck with that.
I think probably he has to serve time if he for an American crime, if he committed an American crime, and then deportation after that.
Yeah. But they said he could live like a pretty normal life there, which sounds good to me.
Oh, good.
Good
for him. Good for
honestly,
him.
As long as he's not here, I don't give a fuck.
I was concerned about his normal life.
I don't think he should have left El Salvador. Honestly, I don't care. But I would have been fine with that. But lastly, what did you think? Did you hear about Trump and this flag burning today?
No, I was kind of busy today.
Were you?
I didn't read much news.
Yeah. So, Trump is cracking down on all this shit. Like in DC, he's got the National Guard out. It's wild seeing people celebrating, like being safe in their streets and stuff. It's kind of cool. Like,
yeah.
A lot of black people making videos going, this is dope as shit. They're like showing off their jewelry and shit. I'm walking around the streets of DC with my shit on. Like it's kind of wild. And he's talking about, they haven't had a murder in DC in 11 days.
Wow. Yeah. How about that?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
you don't need
crazy.
acts of God or Congress to fix the border. You don't need it to clean up crime.
Yeah.
You just need people doing their jobs and getting out there. And it seems like the people, outside of the forever protesters, most of the people seem to be like, this is kind of cool. Feels kind of nice to go to a gas station and open my door and pump gas and not worry about some fucking punk ass with a gun running up on me, carjacking me. And the other one is part of this executive order signed pushes Pam Bondi to investigate instances of flag desecration. The administration's been critical of pro-Palestinian protests and anti-immigration crackdown demonstrations that have featured flag burning. When there's evidence of criminal activity, where prosecution wouldn't fall afoul of the First Amendment, he wants a year in jail for flag burning.
I don't like that.
I don't either. Yeah,
I mean, isn't that like, that's kind of like at the core of the First Amendment, isn't it? I feel like they've heard a flag burning case. You can burn the flag.
Yeah.
I guess if Trump's saying, you know, like it's an aggravator, like if you're already committing a crime and then while committing a crime, you burn a flag, then a year on your sentence, you know, like you break into a house and you know, light my American flag on fire on your way out.
I think what he's really, I think what he's really pissed about is the pro-Palestinian rallies that have been going on where they're waving, you know, other countries' flags and then burning the American flag. And they seem like people that hate America. You know, those ones we've seen everywhere protesting, whatever. I think he's like, put those people in prison for a year and they don't get any early release.
I mean, if you're an American citizen, you can burn a flag.
Yeah. I feel like that too. And I feel like military guys that I've talked to over the years are like, yeah, fuck those people. But, you know, I fought and was willing to die for their right to do that. I kind of hope this goes nowhere. You know, there's certain things that's trolling in nature that I think Trump does that I wish he wouldn't. You know, it's already hard enough to defend a lot of what he does and says.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, you know, it's one thing to just say it and try to discourage it that way, but, you know, I wouldn't love to see, because, you know, the fact of the matter is if you do it to them, they're going to do it right back to you, and we don't want that. So, you know, you have to be willing to defend the worst of the worst, and that's who you are if you burn a flag, in my opinion, but I guess you have a right to do it.
Part of this executive order is about, you know, the success he's seeing in DC, the streets of DC, and like, hey, these Democrat governors, mayors, leadership that is failing the citizens. You know, we can't have this in this country. We need to, you know, take this stuff seriously. We can't have, one of the things is about cashless bail, no more cashless bail. And he's threatening to do that in Chicago and Baltimore and other cities. And he's got special authority in Washington, D.C. D.C. is different than the rest of the country. And so when he goes and says, we're cleaning up D.C., you guys are dropping the ball, that's a lot different than saying, I'm going to do that in Chicago. Like, there is a chain of command in these cities, and a governor has responsibilities. I think we can all agree they are failing miserably at their responsibilities, but it's their job to call in the National Guard in Chicago. You got that shitbag Brandon, whatever. It's his job to call in the National Guard and even reach out to the federal government if that's not good enough and we need further help. You would call in, you know, on a federal level to get help. Trump can't just send people in, and if he does, he's extending authority that he doesn't really have. And to your point again, Amy, they're going to do that to you down the road somewhere in something that you don't agree with. So, you know, while it sounds great, like, yeah, let's clean up San Francisco, let's clean up LA, let's clean up New York, let's clean up, like, that's not his role. And I don't know. And a lot of these things, I think he's trolling. I really do. That he says a lot of things, you know, and it kind of leads the media cycle. But, you know, that I don't know. I gotta think there's smart people in his ear going, yeah, dude, no, not a good idea. Don't think you're gonna,
you can't do that.
Run into Chicago and put National Guard boots on the ground. And, you know,
right.
Like, you can do that in DC. You have jurisdiction in that area, but you don't throughout the rest of the country. So I don't think that goes anywhere, but it's part of the executive order, again, that he signed today. All right, let's do some emails, Ames, because we got quite a few. People, I think, really enjoyed the James Comey video. It's still, dude, the amount of times I've thought about that James Comey video, it's hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Firstly, fuck James Comey. Except he would like that.
Agreed.
That guy is a pedophile covering for his pedophile friends his whole career. There are probably people of all ages buried under his house. Talk about TDS. Secondly, Kelly Stafford is a disgusting, putrid whore. She can shut her stupid, ugly face. You would think after God served you up some humble pie, you'd stop being a nasty little bitch. In her case, no. On top of that, she can't be in a very happy marriage since she's befriended some Mo. Which leads me to Hank Winchester. You can tell this is from James. I don't care what the paid-off Oakland County prosecutors have to say. He's a mental patient with many, many mental and physical problems. He should be ashamed of himself. He needs to go into the background. You probably gave that for that masseuse. Jesus. Lastly, the 10,000 image thing. That's the standard download that law enforcement puts on people's computers to frame them. Just ask your buddy that works in the Oakland County Sheriff's Department for their cyber unit. His job is to search out and collect images so that when they want to bring someone down, they just upload them to their equipment and say they had 10,000 images of child porn. 99 times out of 100, it's not legit. Come on, Mike and Hole, do better. Yeah, I don't
99 times out of 100, huh? Wow, that is...
Dude.
You'd think if that were true, we'd have some...
It seems too convenient to me how often that is levied. Well, we found 10,000 images. Like it's so
but again,
grotesque.
Mike, I think it's a, you went to Pornhub or whatever the dark web version of Pornhub is for kids. Like you went there and there's 20,000 images computer.
Downloaded. Downloaded sounds like, were you clicking on 10,000 images and then they downloaded on your hard drive? I don't know
how the dark web works, Mike.
I know. You and I both suck at dark web.
Maybe because you have to download some, torrent thing to get on the dark web. Maybe they consider that download.
Yeah.
Like you have to download something special to get to the kiddie porn.
Yeah. I just, I don't know. It just seems too convenient, and it seems like one of those that no one would ever say anything about. So I don't want them weaponizing something like that. That's all.
I think that there's plenty of creeps out there. I don't think they need to weaponize it. I think that there's enough real creeps to keep them busy.
That's true. Comey, cult leader. This Swiftie rant from Comey sounds like marching orders to the DC Mafia against the bully and chief now that Comey is feeling the heat. The DC Mafia has so much dirt, they even have the Republicans slow-walking Trump's appointments that are backlogged with over 200 applicants. The Republicans in charge won't take the normal summer recess to prevent Trump from fast-tracking his appointments. These appointments will replace those Marxist communists in the government, and they don't want that. The DC Mafia is still in charge. Good day. I said good day, sir. P.S. Get the nerds in so you can get intro music back. It's coming. I know. I hear that from so many people. I need to just do that. I know I can put it on there. It's just a matter of firing it and all that. Dude, Jim Comey on Taylor Swift. I can guarantee with 100% certainty is one of two possibilities. First possibility, it's AI. AI so real it fools other AI into thinking it's real. Second possibility, blackmail. Someone who has stuff on him that Kash Patel would love to have in his hands. Someone like us with a fucked up sense of humor asked Grok to write a script, the most embarrassing script from the voice of James Comey about Taylor Swift. Told him he had to read it sincerely and post it online, or they were sending that shit they had on him to Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. This is what Grok said when I asked it about the video. The intensity of his fandom paired with his public persona creates a dissonance that screams weird uncle at the family reunion vibes. It's the kind of thing that makes you double check if it's real because it feels so absurdly out of place. Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, Amy, we'll do one more. I'll save the rest. Walters at DetroitCast.com. YouTube rabbit holes. This is for you, Ames. Mike, you and Amy were talking about that fuckface, Fukfase, Wade Wilson. There's a channel on YouTube called AG Tactical. You familiar with that?
I watch him. Yeah, he's funny.
Okay. that
He's
has
a funny
multiple videos breaking down his stupid jail calls and trial dates. AG
That's
did
where I
tons of
watched them
videos.
all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
AG did tons of videos on dipshit Daryl Brooks, who mowed down
Yep.
the grannies in Wisconsin. Was that at the Christmas time?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Why? That was years ago. Thought you guys would get a kick out of the channel. The dude's hilarious with his comments and point of view. It's a total rabbit hole from Dustin.
Thank
I'll
you,
save
Dustin.
the rest.
I agree.
Yeah. Have you listened any more, Ames?
Yes, and I do have some that, but they can only be listened to on Patreon. I guess they're just like too graphic for YouTube.
Seriously? Like for us to listen to?
Yeah.
What? Because they're sex related?
So like I have to go to somebody's Patreon to listen to them because they're not like appropriate for YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, they're like really graphic.
Like sexual graphic.
Yes.
Like you were talking about, I mean, more than the head and the anus?
Correct. Yes, correct. Way more.
Have you found any we can play?
Yeah, no, I do have some. I just have to find some good ones and put marks.
Did we only do that in Patreon?
Yeah, we did it in Patreon on Thursday. Or Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're a member, patreon.com/TDC podcast. Yeah, we spent a good 40 minutes,
It's
probably.
funny.
Half hour, 40
I guess
minutes.
we could clip it.
Listening
Yeah,
to
it's
this
funny.
asshole. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Just the retards.
I'm
no
going
other
to
way
pull
to
the
say
ones where he gets catfished because you need to hear him talking about like Kim Kardashian and all the says like J-Lo's too old for him to date.
Sure. Yeah.
So
reasonable.
All right.
Ames, have a good rest.